Attorney Ben Schwartz. Today we're going to talk about one of the most common types of car versus bicycle accidents that we see in my law firm handling personal injury cases. One of the most common types of accidents we see is where our client is riding a bicycle, they come upon an intersection and the car comes out right in front of them. And it's very common. The reason I think it's so common is because bicycles move as fast as cars sometimes. You know, bicycles go 20, 25, 30 plus miles an hour. But unlike a car, a bicycle is small and not really easy to see. And so we see a lot of bicycle versus car accidents that come from intersections. These are called intersectional accidents, where the bicycle's on one roadway, the car's on another, and the two collide. I want to talk about how to avoid these types of accidents by making a habit when you come upon an intersection. When you come upon an intersection and you are the cyclist, I think that there's two things you should keep in mind. Number one, if you see a car stopped prior to entering the roadway in front of you, what you might want to do is keep an eye, as you're approaching, keep an eye on the front wheels of the car. It's easier to see the wheels turning than it is to see the car moving. And if you see the wheels turning, that's a good indication that car is about to pull out and you should take evasive action. Hit your brakes. The other thing is you want to make eye contact with drivers so you know that they see you. And so if you're a cyclist, you're approaching an intersection, you see a car that might come out in front of you, you want to look into the eyes of the driver, because if they see you and they acknowledge you, that means they're not going to pull out and hit you. If you're a driver or a cyclist, either way, and you're pulling into an intersection and you're stopped prior to pulling into the intersection, you know, one of the things you'll learn when you're getting your driver's license is you don't go into the intersection, you don't cross a road, you don't go where traffic may exist until you look left, look right, look left again. And people just don't do that. I know people don't do that because I drive around several hours a day. I've got offices in Havertown, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Dover, and Salisbury. I'm on the road an awful lot. And I have to tell you that I just never see people look left, look right, look left again. They're in too much of a hurry. So if you're a motorist, you should be doing that before you enter an intersection. The reason why you would want to do that is because you don't want to miss the cyclist who you're about to hit. The third thing that I want to say is that when you're riding a bike or you're driving in a car, you should treat a green light like a suggestion, okay? When I say treat a green light like a suggestion, I mean that when you're driving along, you're going 25 miles an hour, you're going 35 miles an hour, you're about to enter that intersection, you have the green light. That doesn't mean that God has come down from heaven and given you the absolute unfettered right to go through that intersection. Treat it like a suggestion. The suggestion is that you have the right to enter the intersection after you make sure that it's safe to do so. So feather the brake a little bit, slow down a little, and look left, look right before you go through the intersection, because there may be a car coming, there may be a bike coming, who knows? But even if you have the green light, you still can avoid a collision if you look both ways before going into the intersection. So these are some tips from a former cyclist who has turned into a personal injury lawyer. I really think that, you know, if you know someone, if you're a cyclist, I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you're a motorist, I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you have a friend or family member who is out riding a bike on the roadways, I would hope that you would share this with them. Hopefully you can save their life or save their body from avoiding a car accident. Really, I think it's all about what can we do to look after one another and help avoid some of these accidents. Because when I see car accidents and bicycle accidents in my office, and they result in personal injuries and death. There are very few accidents that I see where I scratch my head and go, boy, that was not avoidable. These are all avoidable if people just pay attention, slow down, and think about what they're doing and be present in the moment. I'm Attorney Ben Schwartz. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Send me an email if you have any comments or questions. I'm at ben.schwartz@schwartzandschwartz.com.